Shout out Bruce Gas, aka Toka too. You know I had to drop a track for my boy.
Hey, where you at?
Ha, yeah, I've been here harassing boys out here telling favors. I'm the hardest young nigga, I ain't signed to no label. Hey, Bruce Gas putting them fights on the table. Calling that Boston since Kane versus Abel. Smoking so much gas, you would think that shit was fatal. I'm the people's champion like Muhammad Ali. Shout out Bruce Gas, one day we gon' meet. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, we gon' smoke hella weed. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, take a hit out the Toka too. Slipping hella shots, feel like Tyson with the peak. Little Glock on my side, but it hit just like Isaac Cruz. Shout out Mad Chad, real shit, that's my fucking dude. We always cooking on the panel. Strapped to my side, I ain't talking about no sandals. Bruce passed me the blunt, I'ma light it like a candle. Ayy, non-stop bars, man, I always spit flames. Feel like Bruce Gas always got a different strain. Bitch, you ain't like me, you can never feel my pain. You win and you lose, well, this a fight game. Don't beef on the net and the shit won't change. Said that on the stream, gotta do it for the game. Said that on the stream, gotta do it for the chat. I ain't undisputed, yeah, hold on, I ain't undisputed, but I want all the straps.
Good morning. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more with you. Hope everybody's having a great day out there, man. I hope the music's not too loud in the background. I hope everything's coming in clear, man. Today is a day that Wilfred Benitez. Don't call me Wilfredo. Wilfred Benitez. He became a 3-division world champion today. And the times definitely haven't been changing, bro. The times have definitely been changing. Now we have 3-division multi-weight champions. They're like all over the place. Wilfred Benitez won this with his predecessor was the great Henty Armstrong, and that was years and years before. You know, some people say that Emil Griffith was a 3-division champ, but his one of his championship belts was only recognized in Antigua. So, and as great as a boxer that he was, Wilfred Benitez fulfilled something that, you know, like I said, times are changing, bro. And 20 years ago, this was a telephone book. This was the white pages. I'm sorry, the yellow pages. All that shit in there, man. There's got to be how many pages in here? This is in the yellow pages. Let me just take a quick look here. Let's see here, man. They even make it hard to see that. There's over 1,100 pages in just the yellow pages, and then the white pages over here, man. The white pages. Everybody had their phone number and their address in here, unless you wanted to be unlisted. But this sucker, I mean, this is going to be about 5 pounds of. I can imagine the mailman on this day. That's all changed, man. This is this is the phone book today. White pages and yellow pages all combined into one. I mean, it's about the size of a decent magazine. So that's a little bit about the changing of times here. And let me do a couple of hits on the Toka too. I'm glad a few people came in here. Pull out a little bud over here of this stuff called orange bud. It's still kind of green, but it does have a lot of orange in there. Like, this is going to be my first blast of the day here. So bear with me for a few minutes, please. Tuesday morning, beautiful day in the Bay. Let me see if I can get you a view of that outside before we go any further here. That's what we're looking at right now. We can pan over a little bit, and we can see what the you can see what it looks like from the dock side over there. That's on the that's directly to the left of me. That's a little cement ramp in front of my place. That's my pad there. That's what I see on the looking out the window over here. Let me do a few tokes on this almighty herb. Shout out everybody that came in here, and then we can talk a little bit about the Bible of boxing, El Radar, the Dragon. Gotta do at least three. Gotta do at least three to get the head right for this. Little blues going on in the background. A little non-copywritten music. It's pretty cool stuff too. Oh, is there fishing there? Oh man, is there fishing here? I've caught 6-pound tautaugs out my living room window, right where I'm sitting here. Go out on the deck on the side there, toss the pole in, and oh yeah, there's tons of fish out there. In fact, if you there's an area here back here. There's a bunch of people fishing on there right now. I can't really get it focused in because the camera, but down there on the left there's a point. It's like the mouth. You can see the mouth of the bay and the river meeting. So yeah, there's fish out there. A dude next to me, when I first moved here, there was a cat that was sitting on the rocks next to me. Old guy. The guy had to be older than me. He had to be 70 years old. And this is in 1979. And the fishing has gotten better because they have all these shore associations. All different neighborhoods have their own little watch groups to make sure nobody's dumping in there, to make sure the bay stays clean. People dig clams out here. I mean, it's very, very clean, very, very, very pristine waters. And it's God's gift. But oh yeah, fish out there, man. I could probably stay alive for a week or two longer if they close down the supermarkets down the street. But anyway, let's talk about Wilfred Benitez. Let me see if I can find a little we'll get that off there. And check out the other side before we do that. And you can see the tide is kind of high right now. I'm attempting to get there myself. Didn't even have a hit in there, man. Wow. I must be a little disoriented already. Strange. My brother Skywalker this morning, he was showing showing the bad streets of New Mexico early in the morning. All the dependent people had to be scrounging the streets. And man, that brought back a memory. Yeah, the price of fish is out of sight, man. It is crazy. Let me see who came in here first. Let me shout you out. Mr. Pads, my brother. Always the first guy in here. Shout out to Mr. Pads. From Sweden. And Joe the historian, man. Joe, I learned so much just listening to Joe. And yes, he definitely was the fifth king. We'll talk about that, my bro. Jose Angel Diaz, man. Salute to you. And of course, the Skywalker, my brother. Bones, how you doing, my brother? Laron, man, thank you for coming by. Mrs. Knockout, classing up the joint. Salute to you, my sister. Charles D, my brother, thank you for coming by. Yeah, fish is very, very expensive, man. It used to be economical. It used to be a cheap way to eat. Not anymore. Now now you gotta have dough. You gotta have money in that EBT card, man. You know, you gotta have some scroll to go and buy the salmon. Is like, man, if it's not on sale, it's like $20 a pound. I used to live on that stuff. We do it about once a week now. Shrimp, scallops, love all those things. And you know, being from New England, you get them fresh off the boat. If you know people, there was my neighbor who just passed away last year. He was this was one of the hardest working cats I knew. He was a principal at a school. A superintendent or principal, something like that. But he had his full time gig. Went to work with a suit and tie on. He came home. He'd throw his jeans and his flannel on, and he had a lobster boat out there. And he went out there. He had lobster pots going, man, all over the bay. When he fished for bait for the lobster traps, he'd give me fish. He'd say, "Hey, Bruce, come on." He'd be sitting out there filleting the bluefish. There'd be seagulls all over the place, and even cats would be sitting around him. And he'd always cut me a few nice fillets, knock on the door. I mean, I'm talking about like a 5-pound plate of filleted bluefish, or halibut, or cod. Man, there's a lot of fish in New England. But what they do is they take the fillets out of there, and they use the bones and the guts and the heads. That all goes as lobster bait. And it was nice. I could just go out the back porch and say, "Hey, Russ, can I get 4?" He knew what I was talking about. I say, "Yeah, as soon as I'm done, as soon as I get back from the market." He'd pick out 4 nice ones. Half the time he wouldn't even charge me. "Hey, James, Gripe, how you doing, brother? Pleasure to see you, man." Dude's always promoting channels out there. In fact, everybody in here, man, you know, sub to our brothers and sisters. That's what we do out here, you know. With me, I get a feeling for something that involves boxing, wrestling, jazz, health and nutrition, or fine weed, and I get right up here and and put on a little show. I hope I'm not boring you. That'd be the worst thing I could do, man. But I try to be entertaining and you know, keep up with what's happening in boxing today, man. Today, Wilfred Benitez won his 3rd world championship. He became a light middleweight champion, super welterweight champion, whatever it may be, whatever you want to call it. But it was the day where it was a time where Wilfred Benitez, he was defeated by Sugar Ray Leonard. He was kind of down in the dumps, and you know he wanted to get back on the good graces. Because Wilfred Benitez, man, this cat turned pro at 15 years old. Think about that for a second. 15 years old, he turns pro. He wins his first world title at 17. Defeated an incredible boxer, man, and defeated Antonio Cervantes, a 30-year-old champion with 75 wins, 9 losses, 3 draws, and 35 knockouts on his record, man. And this is a 17-year-old kid, a 17-year-old wonder kid, they call him. But you know, Wilfred was like 17. He was a growing boy, so he was not going to rest on his laurels. When he moved up and he challenged Carlos Palomino. At the time, everybody knew who Carlos Palomino was, man. He was doing Miller Lite commercials. He was defending his title. You know, Carlos Palomino was a well-respected champion. Wilfred Benitez beat him. 15-round split decision. We get another toke on this Toka 2 here. Absolutely, man. Wilfred was he was the kind of a guy you just fell in love with him. He had this cocky look on his face, and he was smiling. He always tried to be a one-upsman, and he fight anybody. People came to his backyard because he was such an attraction. But after winning that welterweight championship from Carlos Palomino, the man who they were talking about was the 1976 Olympian, Sugar Ray Leonard, America's sweetheart. And they were building up this fight. It happened on a Friday night. It was the main event. The undercard was Marvin Hagler and Vito Antuofermo. They fought to a highly disputed draw. And then the main event, man, 15 rounds. Wilfred Benitez and Sugar Ray Leonard. Benitez sustained a cut to his forehead. He got knocked down early, but Sugar Ray said that was his tough opponent. He said that's like fighting a mirror. Sugar Ray would move this way. Benitez would move this way. It was amazing. The kid was almost untouchable. Finally, the fight was stopped in the 15th round. I thought it was a bit premature, but it was Carlos Padilla was the referee. He knew what he was doing. Sugar Ray was well ahead and knocked Benitez down twice in the fight. So once again, Wilfred Benitez was without a champion, and he thought he was without. He didn't think he was much in his old. After losing the title, Benitez felt he needed redemption. He was dating Sugar Ray Leonard's sister at the time. But this fight, man, this was on a Saturday afternoon on this day back in 1981, and man, I remember this so well. I remember sitting here watching this fight. Let me see if I can bring this fight up here. We don't need. I gotta get rid of that. Get rid of that. Click this. Click this. And I think we got it here. Yeah, I think we do. Get that. Get it on a full screen. Boom. And this is the fight, man. Wilfred Benitez, 22 years old. Maurice Hope is 29 years old. I think Maurice Hope is undefeated or pretty close to it. I'm not quite sure, man. I mean, he might have a draw on his record. He might have a loss, but highly rated champion. Benitez has got the edge in height, got the edge in reach, but see, I can't do the sound because I got an echo on my. I got to learn how to get rid of that echo. But as you can see, man, they're in the ring on this one. The referee is Richard Green. Richard Green was the same referee who refereed Ray Boom Boom Mancini and Dooku Kim. When Dooku Kim died and Dooku Kim's mother passed away, and Richard Green ended up committing suicide. You know, see, there was no internet back then, so you had to be reading the boxing magazines or really paying attention when a fight was on. Because it's not like it was today. It's like the phone book, like I was telling you before, man. Like I was showing you before. But here we go, man. Wilfred Benitez, he's got those blue trunks on. There used to be a lot of designers were involved back in the trunks back then. People used to wear Pony. They wear Christian Dior. It was truly a designer world out there. And Maurice Hope, they're at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. We've got the two famous Vegas judges from years ago, man. Richard Green and Dwayne Ford, and Charles Minka was also a judge. I just try to get these things out. You know, I remember these things now, and I try to share them with you cats. And you know, sometimes I need a little help. Sometimes I have to go into some of the notes, but then it clicks in, and baby, I'm right there. I mean, this was a time where I was doing a lot of pills. I was doing a lot of vegging, smoking a lot of weed. But these are the things that stand out, and you're gonna see a tremendous power punch in this fight. It's gonna take a little bit, man. We can enjoy the beauty of Wilfred Benitez. You know, I mean, this is like a Pernell Whitaker. This is like a Willie Pep. Head movement, foot movement, just beautiful, beautiful style. People crashed on him for not having the power, but we're gonna see something in here. We're gonna see a little bit of Wilfred Benitez power. The title, that was a designer name in ring apparel. And you know, right now too, man, I wanna over here on my above my shoulder. I got the Pro Se hat, and that's you know, I want to make sure people understand that's a hell of a maker of boxing apparel. The dude's my friend. His name is Al Rahim Burke. He owns the company. My brother Leon Mohammed's involved with the company. This is a company now that they make sports apparel. Now they're getting involved in boxing. Their gloves have been approved by the New Jersey State Athletic Commission. They make hand wraps. They make trunks. They make robes. They shoes. Beautiful stuff, man. Pro Se apparel. He doesn't quite have the website up and going yet, but I'll see if I can find his phone number. I have it in here. I'll put the phone number up on the screen. I'll definitely put it in the I'll definitely pin it up there. But you know, if you're an aspiring boxer, you know, my brother Al, he'll sponsor you. He'll give you some of the equipment, the hand wraps, the robe. He'll make a custom robe for you. You wear it in the ring, and you know you'll be proud to say. Edgar Berlanga is one of his clients. Edgar Berlanga is going to be wearing Pro Se. I mean, this is not a fly-by-night company. It's fledgling. They're just going into boxing now, but they make some nice sports apparel. They made me a nice shirt. It's in the washing machine right now. I wore it for a couple of days, and it says on it, "Too cocky to quit." I like that. And you know, I wear a large. He sent me a medium. The medium fits me perfectly. I hope it doesn't shrink when I throw it in the when it goes in the dryer. I have this crazy machine. It's a washer dryer all in one. Cool little device. I have a small home, so it fits right in there. It's non-vented. It's like self-vented. Weird, strange. I've never seen anything like it in my life, but you throw the clothes in, throw the soap in, program it up. It washes them and dries them. You take them out and woo! Talk about how the times are changing. But see, Maurice Hope, stand-up boxer, European style, coming through with jabs, right hands, left hooks. Classic boxing style, a world champion. And this is, you got to remember too, this is back before the IBF was even fully acknowledged. This is the days of the WBA and WBC. And if you had that, you were undisputed. And so look at Benitez, gets him in the corner. Look at that head movement. Oh, he doesn't get hit with one of those punches. That's just beautiful stuff, man. Oh, baby. Wilfred Benitez, he's in that corner, setting his traps. Maurice Hope can't even land with a jab. Maurice Hope made $250,000. Wilfred Benitez, he got the short end of the purse. Like I said, he lost his title, and that's why these guys today, man, what the money they make today, the money they made yesterday. Hope made $250,000. Wilfred Benitez got $175,000. This is what an undercard fighter would get today. This is pretty much unheard of. I don't know how much it goes to in 2023 money. Hey, Joe. I remember that one like it was yesterday, bro. That was Danny Lopez's loss. A living legend, Bobby the Schoolboy Chacon. You know, Joe, man, you are a historian, bro. You know, every day I go looking for these facts and what happened today, because I have a few sites that have stories that have on this day and whose birthday it is today and what great fights were had today. But Joe, you get them before I do, man. You must have a brain like a fucking like an Apple Macintosh, bro. You got that shit downloaded in there. You amaze me all the time. Like I said yesterday, you told me about Riddick Bowe and Jesse Ferguson fight. I got in touch with Riddick Bowe. He called me back and and I says, hey man, I said my friend Joe from Ireland told me. He said, yeah, tell Joe salute. I mean, because Riddick is. People say he's punch drunk, he's mumbling. No, man, this man is as sharp as a tack. When I answered the phone and it said this is Riddick Bowe, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, I thought it was a recording. That's how well done it was. But it was fucking Big Daddy himself. He's got a book that's published out, man. Big Daddy Forever. You can get it on Amazon. You know, check that out too. there's just such cool stuff in boxing. But over here, man, I had to share this fight because I was sitting on my chair. Like I said, I'm doing the freaking Vicodin. Before there was an opiate crisis, the doctors were writing them like if you had a pain in your back or your leg or your head, whatever, that was what they gave you. Then it became an abused drug. Back then, the abuse was the cocaine. They were all cokeheads. Not even crack yet. It was just snorting. Everybody was running around with an 8-ball, gram, whatever it was in their pocket. A fucking blade, a gold razor blade around their neck, and a straw, man. It was crazy, but I'm glad we graduated from that time. Joe, you're a character, bro. Someday I'd love to have tip one back with you, brother. But this was boxing at its best. Saturday afternoon. You know it was going down. You know you weren't going anywhere. This was CBS Sports Spectacular. Gil Clancy, Jim Ryan. Is that who the two were, man? You can see that the judges too. If you recognize the faces, that was Dwayne Ford, right there, man. I think you're gonna see. You'll see. I mean, luminaries at ringside. Luminaries. That's true, bro. You know, and from hanging out with a lot of these cats today, a lot of these guys, they don't have any money. You know, Section 8, paycheck, the Social Security paycheck. You know how it is, and it's a shame. But, man, you know, boxing, the business of boxing, what they do behind the scenes, the paychecks and stuff, that doesn't make any difference to me. It really, you know, it hurts my heart now knowing these guys like I do, but it doesn't take away any of the beauty of this sport, man. Wilfred Benitez with his father, Gregorio Benitez. He had a couple of brothers in boxing, man. What were his brothers' names, man? Gregorio was one of them, and Frankie Benitez, that was the other one, man. They were top boxers in Puerto Rico. Benitez is a 2-1 favorite. And here we go. Maurice Hope is trying to defend his title, trying to retain his WBC super welterweight title. And Wilfred Benitez trying to become the first man since Henty Armstrong to become a three-weight champion. And man, 3-weight champions, that was not an easy thing. I mean, we're talking how many years? How many years between Armstrong and Benitez? And you look back in boxing at the 3-division weight champions. I'm going to do that for you right now. I'm on the page, man. The first one was Bob Fitzsimmons, Ruby Rob Fitzsimmons, man. He held the middleweight, he held the heavyweight, and he held the light heavyweight. Won the heavyweight and then dropped down to win the light heavyweight. And this is in between the years of 1891 and 1903. And after that, man, like I said, another amazing boxer. You look into the history of him, Tony Cannonzeri. Tony Cannonzeri was the featherweight champion. He was the lightweight champion. He was the light welterweight champion. And another one who went down again and regained the lightweight champion from the legendary Lou Ambers, who Lou Ambers, after winning the title, the great Lou Ambers, he was bussing tables at a deli in New York City. You know, this is the difference in boxing then and boxing now. Oh yeah, bro, they were definitely the kings. Well, let me finish this while it's still in my mind, because Barney Ross, he was another one, another 3-weight champion. You know, and we say that now, it just rolls off the tongue, but a 3-weight divisional champion, that was huge, brother. That was huge. After Barney Ross was the great Henty Armstrong. See, if Henty Armstrong, he didn't go to division, he didn't go the junior champions. He went from the featherweight to the welterweight, and then he went down to the lightweight. He didn't bother with the junior lightweight. He didn't bother with the junior welterweight. he would have been a 5 division champion today. You know, before Manny Pacquiao, before Thomas Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, now it's just a bit of the resume. And then there was the great Emil Griffith. Some consider him to be a 3-divisional champion. The thing about the Emil Griffith was the light middleweight title that he won was only recognized in Austria. But I mean, boxing's a worldwide game. But you know, if the internet was alive and kicking today, and then of course the gentleman we're looking at, Wilfred Benitez. Wilfred Benitez, he had an unofficial race going with Alexis Arguello at the time. Alexis Arguello, he was a 2-divisional champion, just fighting as a lightweight now, just like Benitez fighting as a super junior middleweight, super welterweight. I get them confused all the time with different divisions. Now I think the more accepted term is the super welterweight as opposed to the junior middleweight. But yep, the 4 Kings, Joe, man, you know, they were the Sugar Ray and Hagler and Hearns and Roberto Duran. And out of all those 4 Kings, Wilfred Benitez fought every one of them except Marvin Hagler. You know, he's definitely the 5th, and then we can put the Blade in that neighborhood. Unfortunately, the Blade really didn't mix it up with Leonard, you know, or with Wilfred or with Hagler. But hey man, who am I? And Iran Barkley, that's my brother. We're in the 5th round of this fight with the legendary Wilfredo Benitez attempting to win his 3rd championship, his third world title, 3 different weight divisions. And like I said, man, Alexis Arguello and Wilfred Benitez, the boxing mags had it in there like the Kentucky Derby. They were neck and neck. And Alexis Arguello, a month later, he went to did he go to Scotland or did he win it in England? I can't remember which, but anyway, Alexis Arguello became the lightweight champion, so he fulfilled his dream. He was a 3-divisional champ, but Wilfred Benitez beat him to it. You know, Duran is in that club. You know, and then Wilfredo Gomez was in that illustrious club. Then it started to get a little bit weaker. Sugar Ray Leonard, of course, man, you know, 5-divisional champion, inaugural WBC super middleweight champion, WBC light heavyweight champion, WBA junior middleweight as it was called in the UK. Okay, bro. But yeah, bro, you know, I mean, this was back then. You could count them on your finger. Now you need your fingers, your toes, and everything else. But I mean, homage to the great Wilfred Benitez. I can't believe I said Wilfredo. Yeah, I think the weed is starting to kick in. Yeah, it's almost noontime. You know, we know Thomas Hearns is in that illustrious club. Jeff Fennick, another 3-divisional champion. Macho Camacho. See, now we had the WBO and the IBF championships more frequently, so you could become a multi-divisional champion with a little more ease. You know, it's Julio Cesar Chavez, Iran Barkley. You know, guys like Duke McKenzie, Sweet Pea Whitaker, Mike McCallum, Wilfredo Vasquez, De La Hoya, Roy Jones, and we can go on and on. Of course, Felix Trinidad, Johnny Tapia, and I have to go on and on. Might as well get to the rest of these too. James Toney, multi-divisional champion. Shane Mosley, the Pac-Man himself. Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera. I mean, dude, it's like it's not like it used to be. Floyd, Marquez, Montiel, Cotto, Nonito. I mean, dude, it's like Adrian Broner. The prestige is not like it once was. Hey, my brother Michael, how you doing, man? Shout out to Michael Johnson out there. Peace to you. But yeah, I'm going through here. We got Chocolatito, Linares, Leo Santa Cruz, Ricky Burns. I mean, dude, I'm sorry. Time takes away the value of the fucking 3-weight. Now we're into the 5-6 weight champions and stuff, man. This was truly a unique time. Wilfred Benitez, an amazing boxer. Jelly Bean 4280, bro. Thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate all you cats coming in here. Just honoring the anniversary of this 1981. Is that 42 years ago today? Kind of makes you think about your immortality for a bit. Most of you cats weren't even 42 years old yet. I was a boxing fan, hitting the fucking pills. I think I must have had a case of beer in the house. Look at Benitez. Look at him throw those punches, getting maximum leverage. Wilfred Benitez is on the fucking attack right now. You're going to see a tremendous ending to this fight, too. You're going to see no judges needed. Richard Green, the referee, rest his soul, he ended up committing suicide back in the early 80s. Little Benitez. Benitez is all offense right now. Yeah, he'll lull Hope into the corner. He's stopping the action for a bit. Must be a rip in the glove. Little tape hanging off there. Bang, bang, done. Professionals. They don't fuck around. Back to the action. Maurice Hope is trying to retain that title. Let me go check and see what Maurice Hope, let me see what his record looks like in here. Maurice Hope. Okay, he ended his career with a 30 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. After this loss, he had one more fight against Luigi Manchio, and he retired. But going into this fight, Maurice Hope was 32-1. And Wilfred Benitez, 41-1-1. 23 years old, dude. Already got 2 world titles under his freaking belt. Low Clarity, salute to you, bro. Appreciate you coming in here, man. We definitely have an amazing fight. You can see Benitez, he's got so many different styles. He'll get on the inside and rumble with you. He'll box on the outside. He'll get against those ropes. He's doing rope-a-dope before Muhammad Ali. No, I mean, he's doing rope-a-dope that would give Ali pride. Because see, he's not doing it on a consistent basis. He does it in spurts, covers up, pushes off. I mean, just amazing skill. And this was one of his better fights. The thing about Benitez, he loved to party. He loved the women. He loved the crack. I heard one story was his father had to pull him out of the crack house the night before a fight. I mean, this was just an amazing guy who had so much God-given talent. Just a gifted fighter. You can see him working that body. That's it, Joe. Barely trained. Oh, look at the combinations upstairs. You can only imagine if Wilfred Benitez was in the game today with the discipline that could be instilled in him, the amazing fighter that he'd be. Oh man, barely trained, had every skill imaginable. People said he lacked the power. Just keep your eyes on this fight, bro. In fact, look at those punches he's throwing now. Those were all beautiful power punches upstairs. And the cool thing about these fights were they were on Saturday afternoon. You were relatively sharp in the head. You were going to go out on Saturday night. See, I don't know if you can. I don't know if the microphone picks that up, but right now I'm brewing a batch of Green Dragon tincture, and it's in the magical butter machine. You can hear the little blending device. It kicks on about every 20 minutes or so. There's 2 cups of 195 proof grain alcohol in there, along with 3 ounces of fine weed. So we're gonna get us a nice fresh batch of tincture at around 4 o'clock today. It should be ready. My lovely wife did the decarbolization and putting it together for me this morning. Before I even got up, she had the thing brewing. But Benitez going to the body. Maurice Hope is trying to stay in there, but Benitez with that beautiful head movement. He's just always different angles. Hope got an uppercut in there. Not that he doesn't land any punches, but few and far between. And Benitez just so much God-given talent. Maurice Hope trying to get Wilfred Benitez in the corner, trying to land some shots in there. He's not effective from the outside. He's trying to rough him up a little bit on the inside. But as I stated earlier, Maurice Hope only fought one more time after this fight. And that was it. He retired. They're just trading punches. Benitez is saying, oh yeah, okay. Time to get down. Time to get in the trenches. He was not above that. Beautiful stuff, man. Beautiful stuff. This was Wilfred Benitez's finest hour. And his career went on a decline after this, and I'll talk about that. I don't want you to miss the knockout. I don't want you to miss the spectacular, the pinnacle of Wilfred Benitez. You can see the expression on his face. You can see the destructiveness of the punch. This was one of those. We expected Benitez to win, but the dramatic fashion is definitely something to behold. Maurice Hope lands a nice uppercut, using I guess as rough as he can to try to land on Benitez. He's into the latter rounds. And you got to remember too, man, these fights are scheduled for 15 rounds. So you get into the 10th round and you're not feeling. Benitez, come on. I'm in the ropes. I mean, this guy is just unbelievable. When somebody says, come on, what are you going to do? Step back? Maybe if you were a little smarter, you'd do that. But the machoism kicks in. Somebody says, come on, what are you going to do? Come on, you better believe it, man. That's an invite. Maurice Hope is trying to land those punches. Benitez, perfect weight for him at this stage of his career. I mean, those radar-like defenses. And he does it without running. You see some guys say, oh, he's running. He's on his bicycle. Rolly was running from Barolos. I can't even remember pronounce his name correctly right now. Orohis. But anyway, Wilfred Benitez is displaying radar-like defense here. He's pinned against the ropes. He should be easy pickings. An inside fighter. This is like a Thanksgiving dinner here. This is where you don't want to be. But Benitez has a plan. Benitez will get you in there, make you miss, make you pay, turn you around like he just did right there. Maurice Hope is very, very leery right now. And, oh, Benitez, beautiful, beautiful combination coming out. He's just fantastic stuff. "22 years old. Here we go, man. I believe this is the round. Don't take your eyes off this. Anybody's paying attention to this fight? This was the one where, we might have been nodding off just a little bit. Wilfred Benitez got a jolt in the ass. He must have looked at his watch. Oh, the guy said, be here. The crack house is closed at 6 o'clock. I got to get out of here. Gregorio maybe got a big bet at the track that he lost. He has to pay off. This is the reality of boxing, the dark side. This is what we're watching now is the light side, the beauty side. Benitez going downstairs now. Now he's setting another trap. I'm going to have Maurice Hope concentrate on that body. Keep those elbows in. Keep those hands down low. Protect those ribs. Oh! Benitez, lead right hand. You know, people didn't think Benitez would bring any power up to this weight division. Benitez standing a little more flat-footed when he's punching now, getting a little more authority on those bombs, but yet gets right back on those toes. Wilfred Benitez kind of got a little bit of sidestep there, but Wilfred Benitez is just getting ready to drop a right hand. No, we don't want to do that. Someone just kept saying, no, keep your eyes open. Oh. Benitez coming off the ropes with a barrage. Benitez, you can see that right hand is cocked, bangs it to the body. Boom! Throws that overhand right, just misses. Benitez with two nice jabs. Benitez is trying to land that 1-2. Knocks Maurice Hope down. Maurice Hope back up. Maurice Hope is really feeling the power of Benitez now. We're getting ready for round 11. He's got Georgie Francis in the corner. There was that straight right of Wilfred Benitez. Puts Maurice Hope right down in the seat of his pants. Boom. Benitez knows it. He knows it. But now it's time to put the finishing touches on this fight. Here's his mother. And here we go for the start of the 11th round. Maurice Hope in the sunset of his world championship days. This was one of the most impressive right hands I've seen in boxing. Popping out that left jab. That's true, Joe. Boxing is definitely one tragedy. Maurice Hope is getting a little tired. You can see he's keeping his hands down low, doing a lot more clinching. Wilfred Benitez is setting him up. He's throwing more right hands. He's touching him more. Halfway through the 11th round. Benitez pounding those ribs. Maurice Hope was going back. Oh, but Hope just landed a nice right hand. Nice left hook to Benitez, counter right hand. Probably the best exchange I've seen in the fight right there. As you can see, Wilfred Benitez is patiently setting up Maurice Hope. Watch this punch. It's coming up very shortly. Maurice Hope was expecting a right hand there. He fainted. Wilfred Benitez has got him in trouble. Hope's covering up. Benitez looking for a little punching room. They're in the 12th round. Oh! Unbelievable right hand. This fight is over. No count necessary. But yet they still count. Get that mouthpiece out. And this was the highlight. The highlight, in my opinion, of the career of Wilfred Benitez. You know, coming back from his first loss. Jimmy Jacobs in the ring, man. That's Mike Tyson's original trainer. Original manager, I'm sorry. Customato specifically chose Jimmy Jacobs with Jimmy Jacobs had Bill Clayton. But anyway, here we go, man. Boom. Look at that right hand. Unbelievable. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Wilfred Benitez is the new WBC super welterweight champion. Just an amazing. Get those tunes back on here. There we go. Mrs. Skywalker, how are you doing, my sister? I'm glad you stopped in. I appreciate it, man. Just winding down on the career, because once again, man, after this fight, Benitez was never the same again. He's definitely, his career declined after this fight. He defended his title on he fought who the hell was it? Carlos Santos. Defended his title against a future world champion. And then he lost his title to Thomas Hearns in 1982, December. I was expecting a lot more in that fight. Benitez got credited with knocking Hearns down, but it was more like a slip. It was I think it was a 15-round majority decision. It wasn't as exciting as we were expecting it to be. But after that loss, man, it was kind of downhill for it was kind of downhill. He lost to they were setting up Wilfred Benitez to fight Marvin Hagler, and he had to get by the perennial tough Syrian at middleweight Mustafa Hamsho. Mustafa Hamsho beat Wilfred Benitez by a unanimous decision. And then he went on to fight Davey Moore, and I remember this fight. I was up in New Hampshire. I was at a petting zoo with my family, and it was a tough time. But anyway, man, I made sure that the cabin we got had a television in there. It was on ABC's Wide World of Sports, and I was still riding with Benitez. Maybe I was maybe a fanboy, but watching him hurt his ankle, get stopped by Davey Moore in the second round. Davey Moore coming off of the loss to Roberto Duran. It was it was tough, man. His health went into serious decline after that. He moved back home to Puerto Rico. There's a saying that said he was in Argentina and lost his passport and got stranded there for a year. And finally, the government picked up the tab and flew him back to Puerto Rico in 1988. And his health is increasing in decline, living on a government pension. I believe last time I heard it was $200 a month. It's kind of sad, and Wilfred Benitez is 64 years old today, and it's amazing the career that he had. Today, on this day in 1981, he became a 3-division champ. When 3 division champs were very, very few and far between. He preceded Henty Armstrong to that lofty status. But anyway, man, thank you guys for coming in here. Just want to shout out Wilfred Benitez. I don't even know why I'm saying Wilfredo, because I always correct people on that. But it just tells you about correcting people on things, man. It's going to come right back at you. So the lesson for today. Thank you so much for being here. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Peace.